Hello, Sunshine. Thank you for joining us again this week for our book talk. As you can see, we have a special guest here with us today. A couple weeks ago when we started this, we had a comment about favorite books, favorite authors, and Ben Locke, our local author here, was mentioned. And I'm so excited to have him here today to share with us about his book and tell us a little bit about himself. So Ben, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me today. And so I grew up on the eastern side of the state in Shelbyville, Indiana, and eventually made my way over to Terre Haute when I came to college at Indiana State University. And while here at Indiana State, attended Maryland Community Church, and just felt this sense of like what I was going to Indiana State for really wasn't what I was meant to do, to serve for vocationally, and just felt this sense of like teaching wasn't where I was meant to be. I thought maybe camp ministry or working at a camp full time was maybe the thing that I wanted to do. And then just as I continued going to Maryland, I felt this sense of God just continually convicting me of this isn't what you're meant to do, and you know that. So I remember calling my mom that afternoon and evening saying, "Mom, I'm going to pursue full-time ministry." And in that, ended up transferring online to Liberty University online and finishing my degree out there. But worked in youth ministry for a couple years, and then while I was working at the church, just had this call as I was reading a book called "You Lost Me," just about the young adults or young adult population, how they often lose their faith when they graduate from high school, and just felt a huge conviction of wanting to serve college students. And so that led us back to Indiana State University. It's kind of cool because met my wife at the campus ministry that I actually get to serve at full time and work with the guy who's kind of my mentor. And so there's a lot of cool things that kind of came out of that. But yeah, just cool getting to spend time with college students week in, week out, and share the love of Jesus with them.
That's awesome. So you are here in the campus ministry at ISU, and so then was that kind of your start? Then you read this book and you are trying to help other young people that maybe are searching now and just felt this call to write this book.
Yeah. So adventure's just been like a topic that's been surrounding me for a while. Read a book called Wild at Heart by John Eldredge, who's a pretty popular author. And there's a chapter in there called Adventure. And that was kind of like what started my, I guess you'd say, search or investigation of adventure. And just as I continued to dive deep and dive into it, there's just this thing or sense that was just like, man, we're all made for adventure. Just as we read God's story and see all the adventures that happen in the Bible, it's like, man, that call is for those people, but that call is also for us. And so just felt that just through that, just this story that was in me, and I was like, I don't know where it's going to go, but I'm just going to type some words and see where it leads. And
Sure. And so here, I haven't even mentioned, I'm such a bad host here. Made for Adventure is the name of the book here, as you can see. And we are going to have these in the store the last 2 weeks of February. He has them for sale for $12.99. So obviously, we would love for you to come in and pick up a copy for yourself. He's willing to do some signings. Unfortunately, right now, we can't do book signings here in the store. But if you do want one signed, he is happy to have that ready for you. How about plans to write more? Are you thinking about, is there something else now stirring that you're thinking about writing more?
Yes. So we'll see what happens with my wife getting ready to have a baby. But,
yes, congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. There's something about fear that's been brewing lately. And so I'm excited to dive into that, just how we can not necessarily have a formula of how to fight fear just in general, but tackling like these different specific fears fear of inadequacy, fear of failure, fear of missing out, you know, just
Things that everybody has to deal with.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And so taking all of these different fears and how we can biblically base looking at the different people that maybe experience that more than others, and how we can push through and step up and be brave in those times.
Oh, awesome. Well, we'll be looking forward to that. Like you said, with the little one on the way, things may be postponed. But is there anything else you'd like to share with us? Anything as far as the topics of adventure in the book? I know you said you kind of focused more for young people, you know, high school, college age, maybe. But I did also read there online, you were talking about, you know, taking it to the next generation. So even if it's something, you know, adults could read and get some benefit from as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the whole thing about it is we're all made for adventure, regardless of what age we are. And so though it is targeted towards, you know, that kind of young adult age, I feel like there's some good stuff as you know, regardless of the age, to continue chasing those adventures that God has made you for.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you again so much for coming and hanging out with me for just a few minutes. We are really excited to have your book here in the store. Again, the sale will start on the 15th of February, and we will have it here in the store through the end of the month. So please come in and see us. And thank you again. We'll see you all next time.